Hello, members. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever we are. Today's topic of concern is look at your age mate. That statement, look at your age mates. To me, this statement has in most occasions misled the youth. Now you're going to ask me how. So for example, Ben and Tom are age mates. Yes. Ben gets engaged and has a job. Tom is not engaged and has no job. Honestly, if Tom is to get that advice of look at your age mate and by looking at the issue and the point we are into, the age mate of Tom for this case is Ben. Yes, the age mate of Tom is Ben. Now, when Tom decides to look at Ben, remember Ben has a job. That's why Ben perhaps got engaged. This means Ben is ready financially, physically, and perhaps emotionally. Unlike Tom who has no job. Trust me, to some extent you can say Tom is not ready financially, and thus it can affect the physical readiness towards being engaged or having a relationship. Now, should Tom abide by that kind of advice given to him by perhaps his father or perhaps any close relative of his? But look at your age mate, Ben is doing well in life. No, my brother, Tom, or whoever, that statement is only making us rush and make poor decisions in life. Remember, the Creator has various timings for whoever He has created. Ben's timing rich and young. That's why he's living up to that kind of life at your age. Now, give yourself time, settle, develop physically, financially, and emotionally before you get engaged. Assuming you rush into engagement, trust me, you're going into perhaps an unhealthy relationship. Yes, you're going into a rushed marriage of which maybe you cannot look. You cannot take care of the members in the family, assuming your wife gives birth, or even take care of your wife to some extent. Yes, assuming she's not also that financially stable. No, that becomes a whole burden to Tom. You get? But had Tom led by his own life and led his own path, being patient is key. Tom waits for his job. Tom builds himself physically and thus emotionally, and then decides to get engaged. Trust me, to some extent, the relationship is going to be a good one. Yes, it's going to be a good one. Another disadvantage of this statement is perhaps Tom is going to be forced into other ways, dubious means of life in order to attain money to take care of the family. Honestly speaking, that point can be valid. Yes, because the wife needs food, the kids need to go to school, you have no money. You're going to be forced into thuggery, thefts, robbery, burglary, whatever it can be. And trust me, if you're good from there, yes, if you're good, your chances of survival are minimal. You're either beaten and severely injured, thus you end up in the hospital. If you're unlucky, trust me, you end up in the grave just because of a mere statement, look at your age mates. Brethren, that statement ain't that good. Let's live life our own way, avoid copying others, avoid faking life. Then only can we succeed, because at the end of the day, our Creator has His timing for each and every one of us. He doesn't forget about His creatures. God loves whoever He created, but He gives them at different moments. Yeah. So let's take life easily, things occur naturally, things are not forced. Members, enjoy your time. That has been my short piece of advice to whoever gets chance to view this video. Yeah, next time